For the last year, I've been sharing everything that I know about running successful Etsy shops that have made me life-changing money online. And it's been making life-changing money for you guys as well. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I open and, more importantly, design shops completely from scratch in under 10 minutes. That way your shop can look more like the shops that have made hundreds of thousands of dollars and less like the shops that nobody's heard of. Now, in order to design a great shop, we first have to pick out a product to sell. Traditionally, you would choose some kind of niche to create designs for. So for example, if you made anime products, you might get something that looks like this shop. But since that doesn't usually work so well, we'll be doing things a little bit different. If you actually want to grow your shop, the most reliable way is to pick one product that you can still target multiple niches with. This will allow us to build out a shop themed around that product, while still allowing us to target tons of unsaturated niches. See the difference? Instead of focusing on the small niche of anime products, our shop could be focused on selling mugs, and we could still make a ton of different mug designs that target anime lovers. This ensures that we're mastering one product at a time while not restricting the market that we're selling in. Of course, you could be selling a digital product, so for the sake of this example, I'll be using the poster because it could be a digital or physical print-on-demand print. Kind of works both ways. But to start opening the shop, we need a business name. Some people get hung up on these little details, but the name of our shop actually has a very low long-term effect on the success of our business as long as it meets a few criteria, starting with a few basics to avoid. Of course, we can't use anything that's already copyrighted or trademarked. We don't want a name that makes 0 sense or a name that's nearly impossible to remember. We don't want to use any crazy numbers. These types of names overall just don't help us towards our goal. We are going for the inverse, which is memorable, charming, and relevant to the product we're selling. The name needs to convey at least some element of trust. Knowing those fundamentals, I like this free Shopify name generator. So we can just type in a description of the product that we're selling, and then this will return us a decent sized list of potential names that we could use for our shop. Now, of course, we could use a different tool like ChatGPT, which can accomplish the same exact thing. Remember, we're not here to overcomplicate things, so just pick a name so that we can actually get started selling. Now, I like this name, so then we just have to see if it's available. And to do that, I'll be using this website called Name Checker. And all I have to do is put in our name to see if it's available across different websites. Now, specifically, we're looking to make sure that it's available on Etsy, since that's where we're starting our business. But it's nice if it's also available on other social media platforms, and if you can buy the matching domain. Once we know it's available, we need to use that name to create a free email for our business. So we'll just come to Google and click on sign up and just choose to create a free personal email. This is where we'll enter our details and we'll use the business name as the email address. This is really important to do for organization, customer service, and we'll be using this email address to open up all of our associated accounts. But the last thing that we have to do before we can actually open the shop is get all of our branding elements together. Primarily the logo and the banner image. The logo will be shown at the top of the shop page as well as on the profile picture. And honestly, it also isn't too important. Again, this does not have to be too complicated, but it does need to convey quality, trust, and kind of a handmade, authentic vibe. Now, I like the easy method of getting things done, so I'll be using Canva. Now, in Canva, I can literally search for Etsy shop logo, and we'll see that they have hundreds of templates. These could really be used for almost any kind of shop that you would want to start. And the best part is that we can modify these to match our brand name. Maybe I just want to start with this one, so I can choose it and hit customize template. And then inside here, I can just change out the name so it matches what our business is. Now, I could modify this a lot more, but again, instead of spending a ton of time worrying about the logo, I just recommend choosing something to get started with. While the logo does matter, just remember that your time is better spent making great products than it is worrying about little details like the name and the logo. But we still have to get a great banner image. The banner is more important than the logo, but again, it just really needs to convey quality, trust, and a handmade vibe. Just like with the logo, Canva has a ton of pre-made templates that we can choose from. So we can search for Etsy shop cover, and see that they have over 3,000 templates to choose from. You could choose a banner that doesn't directly tell what the product is and it more so conveys the brand identity, or you could go with a banner that does show the type of item you're selling. Just remember the vibe of your logo and try to match it. I'll just go with this one since it's the hypothetical product that I'm selling here. Again, I just come in here and modify this a little bit and then save it to my computer. Now, finally, we can open up the shop. I'd recommend coming to my website and following this link, which when you use it, you'll get 40 free listings when you sign up. Now, this is someone else's affiliate link because I couldn't get my own, but it's still worth using. Now, when you click on Open Shop Today, you can put your email address in as normal, but then what you can do is come inside your email address and put the plus sign and then write Etsy. And this will still send you the emails, but it will show you the email address that they're being sent to. So you could also do this for Canva or Printify or your bank, or down the road if you start selling on Shopify. And this just helps you stay even more organized. And if customers or scammers get a hold of your email address, you'll know exactly which site they came from. It's just a small feature that kind of helps you stay organized. A lot of brand new shops that sign up for Etsy get banned within a few hours or a few minutes. And while it's not entirely clear why this happens, it's usually one of two issues. First is if you're using a VPN to change your IP address, and second is if you enter your banking details incorrectly. They'll usually charge you a 20-cent listing fee for the first listing that you create, which you have to create during the sign-up process, especially if you don't use the link I recommended. And if that payment doesn't go through, you're almost certain to get banned. Etsy's just a sensitive site, and they don't want a lot of people just signing up and spamming all over the place. Now, sometimes you get suspended while they verify your details, regardless of if you entered it correctly or not. And if that happens, it isn't the end of the world, just contact support. Now, in our shop, we can finally start designing it. So we can change the shop logo to the logo that we created in Canva. We can change the profile picture also to the logo that we created in Canva. And finally, we can add our banner image to the top of our page. We also want to just write a brief description of the shop in here. Again, it's really not that complicated. This just helps with SEO. Now, I would recommend leaving the location blank if you haven't already set one. This will prevent issues from customers thinking that the items will arrive sooner than they will if you're drop shipping with print on demand. Again, just remember the things that we're going for. We're going for quality and trust and an authentic, handmade style vibe. Those things will help our shop have the best chances of getting sales. The final thing that we need to set the aesthetic of our shop, and the most important, are the mock-up images. We need mock-ups to display our designs that match the vibe that we're going for and convert customers. Now, to tell what actually works, let's play a game. I'm going to show you a few stores and you guess which ones are doing better based on the mock-up images. Level 1. If you look at these two shops trying to sell candles, which do you think is the successful one? Hopefully the difference is obvious. Level 2. Between these three ornament shops, which one do you think is the most successful, the least successful, and the one in the middle? Level 3. This one is a little bit trickier, but between these three mug shops, see if you can rank them from least to most successful. If you're confused why a mock-up like this will perform better than a mock-up like this, you might need to rewatch this section a few times. The next step is to find and buy mock-ups similar to the ones that we know already work. So we'll want to look at shops selling the product that we're going to be selling, and then bonus points if it fits the vibe that we're going for. Again, we're just paying attention to their mock-ups. You can usually find winning mock-ups right on Etsy for just a couple dollars. These might be similar to or the exact mock-ups that top performing shops use. Now, I know you guys love to start for free. You love the cheapest methods of doing anything, but the trade-off is that you might waste a lot of time. So I just recommend investing a few dollars in getting the right mock-ups that we already know work, and it'll pay off many times over. You can't expect to reach $10,000 a month if you can't even invest to get your business started. The other option is you could use AI-generated mockups if your product permits it. Our picture frame, for example, works perfectly since it's super simple. We could use Midjourney to generate some mock-up images that look quite nice as well. This also works for other products. You just have to make sure that the mockup accurately represents the product that you're selling. The risk you take here is that the mockups aren't necessarily already proven to work, like the ones that you can buy right on Etsy. And finally, if you're selling print-on-demand products, the last step is to connect our Etsy shop to a Printify account. Once again, you can sign up for Printify using my link from down below and that email address that we created earlier. When you use my sign up link from down below, it allows you to use the coupon code Alek to receive 2 months of free premium after the sign up is complete. Of course, you can use Printify completely for free as you're getting started, but I would recommend upgrading to the premium plans once you're making about 20 orders a month. Then we just have to come into Printify, hit add a store, choose connect to Etsy, and this will prompt us to connect our Printify shop to our Etsy account. From here, we can create and publish products directly to our Etsy shop, and any orders that come in for those products will be taken care of by Printify. We don't have to do anything else. Of course, using Printify instead of other platforms allows you to take advantage of my Printify product uploader, which is a huge time saver, as well as some other bonuses that I've talked about in many other videos. Now that your shop is open, you'll need to start creating products for that shop. And I've got a ton of videos on how to do just that, as well as a bunch of free resources on my website, which you can go check out now. Thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe. You can connect with me on Instagram, Discord, and Twitter. And as always,